Hello, today we'll see what is Python data science libraries. So here in this topic we'll be dealing about what are all the libraries data science has and how Python helps us to execute data. Okay, so here basic data science libraries are pandas, scipy, numpy, matplotlib. Okay, so here in this unit we'll be discussing in detail about numpy and pandas. So what is basics of numpy? So what is numpy? So numpy is a numerical Python providing us an efficient interface to store and operate data. So it helps us in dealing with dense data with many mathematical operations. So it is a built-in list type with numpy array, so which is able to helps us to store more and more of data. So here we have introduction. So it's a fundamental package of scientific computing with Python. So n-dimensional array object. So numpy is an n-dimensional array object which helps us in calculating statistics, mathematical tools like Fourier transform, linear algebra. All this we'll be able to perform, and it's also open source. So next, what are the numpy attributes and basic numpy manipulation? So what are all the manipulations numpy helps us in? Attributes of array, indexing of arrays, slicing of arrays, reshaping of arrays, joining and splitting of arrays. So what are attributes of array? So if you take an array, so it will give us the size, its dimension, shape, and memory consumption. So size is the size of an array. It's either in row or column, whether it's two-dimensional and one-dimensional. And next is indexing. So index values. So individual array elements. It helps us in getting and setting values for indexing. So what is slicing? So slicing is you're going to create a smaller array from the array which we already have. From the larger array, we will be creating a subarray. Next is reshaping of arrays. So reshaping of arrays, which we take in the form of a grid, where it helps in changing the shape of a given array. So all these are functions. So these are the basic manipulation numpy functions helping us to carry out in arrays. So joining and splitting. So joining and splitting is where we do array concatenation. It helps us in joining either one array or two arrays and splitting one array into many arrays. And here if you see array attributes, we have shape, size, and dimension, and data type. So what type of data it uses. Next is array slicing. So here array slicing, we will be using square brackets to access individual array elements. So the slice notation, so marked as a colon. So here we have three steps in array slicing, that is start, stop, and step. So what is start? So start is where you want to start the array index. So stop is what will be the last value that we will not be considered. So okay, so that is start, stop, and step. So reshaping of arrays. So the most flexible way of doing it is you're going to use a method called reshape. For example, if you want to put the numbers into 3 into 3 grid, okay, if you take 10 elements, so what is the method we use here is grid. So we give grid and np dot range. So 1 comma 10. What is 1 comma 10 is we want numbers in array of 10. So it will reshape into 3 rows and 3 columns. So this is the output we get for reshaping of arrays. And then we'll move on to array concatenation. So what is concatenation? Is either another term for concatenation, joining of two arrays using numpy. So here we can accomplish this using np.concatenate, and also we have functions called np.vstack, which is vertical stack, and np.headstack, which is horizontal stack. So a horizontal stack and vstack, we have differentiation where we use in joining two arrays. So opposite of concatenation will be splitting of arrays. So the function we use here is np.split. So same as concatenation of joining, we here also have vsplit and headsplit. So vsplit is vertical split where you will be splitting according to rows, and horizontal split will be you'll be splitting into left to right, that is columns. You're going to split the column. So we use array and number of elements. So equal split will be with the division of two elements. So unequal splits we'll be using a special function called array np dot underscore split. So next is computational array U functions. So U functions are universal functions. What are universal functions? So here it's a convenient interface where we use vectorized operations in NumPy, which quickly executes the repeated form of NumPy array U functions. So it may be single, or that is single dimensional and multi-dimensional, so which we can operate between two arrays. So array arithmetic. So what are the arithmetic operations we have? Basically we have addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So using NumPy U functions, we can carry out these array arithmetic functions. Next is exponents and logarithms. So exponents and logarithms will take e to the power of x. So what is the value of e? So value of e here is 2.718. So where we'll use np.exp for using a NumPy. So we'll be importing np as np, NumPy as np, and then calculate those values. For exponent it will be np.exp 2 comma x. So calculating 2 into x for all x being the same, for being the array elements. Next is par. So np.par is calculates the two arrays with the par. Next is array broadcasting. So before array broadcasting, we'll see what is aggregates. So aggregates is you're going to reduce the array. Okay, here the only function here is we'll be reducing the array. For example, first if you're going to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, okay, it gives you the output. That is, we'll be using reduce function. Okay, so next is, so for example, if it's a multiplication function, if it is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, the output will be 120. So it's based upon the array we give, we'll form this function. Next is aggregations. So what is aggregation? Is finding minimum maximum values. So in a given array and array elements, we'll be finding the minimum, maximum and some values in using aggregate function. So we will be giving np.min, np.max to find. So minimum is the smallest value of array, maximum will be the largest value of the array. So next we will move on to array broadcasting. So what is array broadcasting? So array broadcasting is simply it sets a duplicate values. For example, if you're going to add a two-dimensional array with a scalar, okay, we have two arrays and it matches with the duplicate numbers. Okay, if the array is of different size, if one array is of same size and the other array we use here is of different size, it duplicates the value. See here, for example, if it's 1 0 1 2, okay, plus 5 is where is it's in a scalar type. So here it adds, taking it as a duplicate values for other two columns, and it gives us the value 5 6 7. So that's one dimensional. Say next, see for two dimensional, if you see, it takes the duplicate values for 0 1 2 and gives us the output. Next is comparison of mask and Boolean logic. So here we use comparison symbols like less than or greater than using in arrays. So here we use less than. For example, x less than 3. So what will be the value? Okay, first you will be getting the array x is equal to np.array 1 2 3 4 5. So what is x less than 3? So less than 3. So 1 is less than 3. So we give true. 2 is less than 3. So we give true. Next will be 3 less than 3 will be false, and less than 3, 4 is more than 3. So it's false. So this type here is Boolean. So data type here will be, we give bool. Okay. So here the U functions for NumPy, here we will be using Boolean logic. So same as we have 6 strategies here, which will be less than, greater than, and then equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, are a few examples. So next, moving on to Boolean mask. So what is Boolean mask? So here in Boolean mask, we will be selecting a particular subset of data themselves and returning the values. Suppose if we have array 5, so we are going to get in two-dimensional Boolean, we will be giving x less than 5. So it will fetch Boolean values which is false and true, and mask only a particular value which we want. Next, we're moving on to fancy indexing. What's fancy indexing? It's like a simple indexing we have already seen. So, fancy indexing, the difference between Boolean and fancy indexing is here we'll be just matching with the indices and getting the values. So, next is example for the fancy indexing. For accessing more values, here is example, we use a random seed of 42 with random int of size 100, and we are going to select 10 elements from that, and then it displays the element, and we'll be giving index value for each element here, and then it gives us 3 different elements. So next will be structured array. This selection demonstrates the use of numpys and structured arrays and record arrays with provide effective compound and heterogeneous data. So structured arrays is of same type with values in Python program. So we have category. So structured array gives us a categorized data format with example, say name, age, weight. So it gives us a particular data for name, age and weight, and it creates a structured array with data type with rows and columns, okay, and whether it's 4 byte or 8 byte, whether the values to be in integer or float. So it gives us a structured data. So next is data manipulation with pandas. So pandas is a newer package built on top of NumPy and provides an efficient implementation of data frame. So pandas is very useful in a either we can do it. So it's of two different types. It's different in series and data frame. So series, for example, if you want to display hello, so it will be displayed in series. So data frame means it's in form of rows and columns. So here see if we have data type in float of with 64. So finding the values in series. So data values are displayed in the form of data index. So series are generalized with NumPy arrays with index values. For A, B, C, D, we have each index value, A for 0.25, B for 0.5, and C 0.75, and D 1.00. So this is the way how we construct series objects with pd.series and repeated specified index. Next, we move on to data indexing and selection. So here in data indexing and selection, we have NumPy arrays where it selects series of dictionary in one dimensional. So here we indexes we use here is lock, iloc and ix. So series of dictionary data which uses a location index based and defines the same value with the float. And with the fancy indexing and the indexes we use here with data type is equal to PD series A, B, C, and index will be 1, 3, 5. For each we will be giving a index value. So data selection and data frame. So data frame as a dictionary has 2-dimensional array. So additionally indexing conventions with basic deleted series. So pandas. So let's see the example of pandas with the lock and iloc and ix. So location. So where the location is saved in data FDS and RAM. If you see DS and FDS and the marks is code. The next is result of iloc. So it has 2 rows and 2 columns. So it displays the 2 rows and 2 columns. And next, moving on to operating on data in pandas. So how data gets operated in pandas. So here same we have element wise operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. So more sophisticated operations we have here is trigonometric functions, exponential and logarithmic functions. So here we divide it into 2 types, that is index preservation and index alignment. What is index preservation? So here we design to work in NumPy with U functions and pandas series with the object maintained with series. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is how the pandas data get indexed, preserved with output. Next is U functions for series. So how it uses U functions to display the data in series is np.exp or series. So this gets displayed with the values, either float values with A, B, C, D and 0, 1, 2 rows and columns. Next is index alignment. So index alignment for pandas, if you see performing the operations with convenient working. So index alignment with the pandas, we give a particular index with the value. So 2, 4, 6 and 1, 3, 5 each has an index value, and here we see if we are going to add these 2 arrays, we have NaN. So NaN is the not a number. So how this will fill the data. So what is not a number is, so in n number of rows and columns we see some missing values. So here we'll be fixing it with data frame using handling missing data using a strategy. So what strategy we use here is either mean, okay, mean, median or mode, to fill the NaN values. So handling missing data. So handling missing data concept is where we are going to find NA values, non-floating point data types, okay, and null values. So let's see how NA in missing numerical data gets defined. Okay, here it's defined as 1 plus np dot nan or 0 into np dot nan. So these are the Pythonic missing data we use for none in pandas. So operating on null values. So operating on null values, we have 4 types. Is null generates a Boolean mask. Not null shows the opposite is null, and drop NA returns a filtered version of data, and fill NA missing values of fill data. So next is hierarchical indexing. So hierarchical indexing helps us in consideration among slicing, indexing and multi-index objects. So how we multiply index data and finding out multiply indexed series. So here we use pandas multi-index. So pandas multi-index helps us in getting n number of index with populations. So pd.series we use population, index is equal to index. So it gives the population of a particular country with hierarchical presentation of data. So here is pop operation, pop is equal to pop, re-index of the functions. Next is universal data, universal functions with methods of multi-index creation. So combining the data set. So how we are going to join and combine, concat and append. So how we are going to, in pandas series, how we are going to join 2 series with either alphabets and numbers. So either we have a display here with in the form of concatenate tables, either in join and combine format. This is an example. So duplicate indexes is where it has null values with index and duplicate indexes. Merge and join function. So merge and join function are 3 categories: one-to-one joins, many-to-one joins, and many-to-many. So how we are going to use pandas data frame to join, for example, employee, group, accounting, engineering, and HR. So data frame 1, data frame 2, one-to-one join, and data frame 3 we use to merge, join and merge the employee and group details. So many-to-one join. It is also the same type with employee, group, higher data, and supervisor. So it has many-to-one join. Grouping. So grouping shows splitting and applying the function of weight and column. So next is pivot table. So pivot table is a similar operation that is commonly seen in spreadsheets, and it's 2-dimensional table providing multi-dimensional summarization of data. So here we use Seaborn. So Seaborn is as SNS, it's one of the libraries to load the database. For example, it's a database of Titanic.group and age and gender, okay, whether it's first, second, third. So using a pivot table, and we use this format. So it shows us the output with equivalent preceding operations of index, survived, and grouping in pivot tables in specified multiple formats. So this is what we see here. Summarizing, the unit 4 is where how we use NumPy, pandas, slicing, indexing, and multiple operations and handling missing data and pivot tables. Thank you.